What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? So today we're bringing you the top 5 mid laners, aka mages, for you to be playing with this patch that just hit, so you guys can win more rankings. This one is not really there. Dude, the mid lane is weird. There just isn't a lot of stuff that's guaranteeing you wins all the time. You saw Anubis get a win rate proc, but then that's kind of drifted off really hard as people have started building anti-heal again and starting to respect that maybe Anubis isn't just a free win. We are some gods who have stood out for a long time. Shouldn't be surprising. And then we are seeing a couple of buffs to a handful of mages like Ra and Zeus. The Zeus change pretty meh. If Zeus becomes a top 5 mage, I'll lose my mind. But like Ra is something we have to mention, and really we're just gonna jump right into Ra because we mentioned it already. Ra is number 5 on our list for top 5 mages. A sustained god that's gonna be good for objective play. He's going to be good in lane because his clear is good. His mobility is lacking, but with the change to his 2, that's where the buff came in. They changed Ra's 2, so you now get slow immunity on the 2 for almost a full second. It's like 0.7 seconds. So you slow and you get a slow immunity. There are a lot of gods that are played right now that have slows and really fuck with Ra. Like Ravana, like Set, any of your hunters or mages that have slows built into their kit. Like, there's a lot out there that is slowing. They're just minor slows that make Ra not have the mobility to get in and out of team fights quickly. That's going to change a little bit with the 2, and I think we're going to see Ra have a win rate spike. I think that quality of life change is something that we're looking for on Ra. I don't think he's going to become number 1 and be insane, but I think he's going to be a lot better. On Ra, you're leveling the 1, the 3 to start. You're maxing the 1 whenever possible. You're getting that 2 online. That 2, like I said, in this next patch that hits tomorrow is going to give you the slow immunity. It's going to be really, really good. You also have one of the shortest cooldown ultimates in the game. That's worth noting. You can literally ult almost on fucking cooldown and just bot people. You can use it to fucking go for combos whenever you think you have one lined up. So leveling the 1 whenever possible, the 3, the ultimate, the 1, the 3, the ultimate. Then you're leveling that 2. You're getting that slow immunity just at rank 1 of the 2. So that 2 is going to have super hyper maximum value right away. And there's your leveling guide on Ra. And kind of the play style is just stay around your team. Use your 3 to sustain out of team fights. So get in, do some damage, and then back off. Drop your 3 on you and your hunters. Your support can come back and get some heals. Or you guys can just pull objectives and use that 3 to heal. You've got super combo damage out of the 1 ultimate. So you throw your 1 and you ultimate at the rate after throwing your 1. That combo of damage is going to be upwards of like 1600 damage max rank. You have 90% scaling on your 1, so your 1's gonna be hitting for 600-700 damage late game. Your ultimate has 100% scaling, also it's for 700. It's gonna be hitting for 1000, 1100, 13, 1400, depending on how much power you have. Ra works with a slight hybrid build, works for with a full damage build, works with CDR. It's just a really solid god if you can be safe on him, and I think you're gonna see him played a lot more with the 2 change coming through. That's number 5 on our list. Number 4 on our list is Merlin. Merlin we did have really highly prioritized, and it's been really good for a long time. He's fallen out a little bit. The changes to him and the nerfs to him have hit him a lot. They also nerfed Spear of the Magus after it was one of the best items in the game, and that hit him again. So you're seeing Merlin do well. You're just not seeing him take over games. Just straight up, he's just not taking over games and doing what he used to. Still very strong, still great in team fights, better in the late game, way better in the late game than he is in the early and even in the mid game. So you're getting your 1 online, 2 for clear, 3 for safety. Max that 1 whenever possible. Get the ultimate online, so the cooldown is reduced on the stance change, which is going to be good for you. And then you're maxing that 1, maxing that 2, maxing that ultimate whenever you can. And there's your full ability leveling guide. Do a lot of damage with your 1 in pretty much every stance, and that's like, Merlin's still the same. You combo with your 2 1s on almost every god. Ice stance, you spam your 1 a lot more. It's on a shorter cooldown. Your 3 is your movement, and just use it, keep it locked in for when you need it. Don't just be throwing it out all willy-nilly. And then your stance change is going to be great for self peel whenever a assassin or warrior is diving you. You can do damage to them, stance change on top of them, do extra damage to them, and then hit them with the other combo of abilities. Merlin just hasn't changed since he's come out. He's just been nerfed very slowly over all these months. Next up on the list is Hera. Not a surprise to anybody. You are seeing Hera a fucking shit ton. She's not safe because of mobility. She's safe because of self peel, because of damage output, and because of her shield on her 3. On Hera, the real way you're going to want to play her, in my personal opinion, so you can live more and just do more in team fights, because your positioning is not going to be perfect all the time, is going to be to level that 3 as that second most or third most important ability. So On Hera, you're going to want to get the 1 ranked up so you have clear. Your 2 is also going to be clear and self-peel. And then your 3 is going to be really important. Your ultimate is also self-peel, massive damage. And people joke around and say it's not Hera. You're actually playing Argus, which is the name of your ultimate. Argus is your core kit. It is so core to your kit. But you have so much more that keeps you alive and does damage as well. Max the 1 whenever possible. I'm saying max the 3 whenever possible to get the extra shield health. For those of you who don't position well or struggle on immobile mages, level the fucking 3 and then come back here and tell me how much you fucking love it. Instead of leveling the 2, that is. Level the ult whenever possible, the 1 whenever possible, and the 3 whenever possible. So, like I said, prioritize 1, ult, 3, 2. And usually, like, obviously, the 3 is always going to be leveled before the ultimate. That's just how it works out. And there you go. Polymorph last. Your polymorph hits very, very hard. If you are safe and you feel like your positioning is flawless, you can level the 1 and the 2. You'll do a lot of damage. Your combos hit fucking hard as shit. They are really good to combo together. So this is how I would level the god. That's the play style for Hera. Hera shouldn't be surprising because your clear is good, your team fight is good, your lack of needing to position perfectly because of the items. You can get a Book of the Dead. You already have the shield on the 3. You get an Aegis. You get a shell. You pretty much can't die if you're playing the game properly at all. Number 2 on the list, Nuwa, another semi-immobile mage. I say semi-immobile because your 1's going to give you the ability, the movement speed, and the ability to kind of juke around a little bit, but people do know where you are. And then your ultimate gives you the CC immunity and the fact that you're off the map for a few seconds so nobody can even target you. But with the change they've done to make clay minions a lot more pinpoint and quick and accurate, and then just your raw damage and self-peel because of the stun combo from your 3-2, Nuwa does very, very well. Also has a safe clear by throwing out your 1. You can be on the tower line and throw out your 1 and it'll give you the XP and the gold. You don't actually have to put yourself out of position just to clear, which is really, really nice. So on Nuwa, leveling the 3, I like to level the 1 just to have it for safety and because you're just going for optimum clear, and then you're leveling your minions. So max the 3, they changed it a while ago too, so where your number of conjured goes up to 2 right away. So you are going to want to get that to level 2 pretty early. So you are comboing. Leveling the ult early is important too because your damage goes from 100 to 175 with mitigations, meaning most people just have, you have built-in defense as you level your character. So if you ult at level 1, it's usually hitting for like 70 to 80 damage, not actually hitting for 100. And then you want to get to rank 2 so you actually start to notice the damage and you're able to do more damage in the team fight, help your teammates across the map, and get some kill secures that are necessary. Leveling the 3 whenever possible. Leveling the 2 allows for the soldier's health. It's not even the soldier's health to go up. It's just their basic attack damage and their magical protection reduction that goes up. But you do get to a point at max rank where you get a 3rd soldier, which is really fucking nice for that late game self-peel damage combo that you're able to do. So here's your leveling: 3-2 ult 1 or 3 ult 2 1, however you want to look at it. It ends up being the same. And there's Nuwa. Playstyle, like I said, position safely. Make sure if you're engaging, you are grouped with your team a little bit, so you're able to go on those targets right in front of you. If you're not engaging, play a little bit slower. Make sure you have that 3-2 combo to self-peel and kill any warriors or assassins that try to dive you. Number 1 on the list, definitely not surprising at all, Discordia. Discordia has been prioritized and played a shit ton. She's crazy safe with the 3. She's one of the few mages that is super strong right now and has mobility. She's got CC in her 2. She's got a lot of damage in her 1, which is very easy to hit and can be thrown over walls. And then her ultimate is a cripple, is a lot of damage, and it has the potential to do a lot of AoE damage. Also makes you lose control of your character in a sense for a few seconds. So on Discordia, you're leveling the 1. Getting the 2 online. I like to level the 1 again just so you have more clear and more poke at this point. Leveling the 3, leveling the ult. Max the 1 whenever possible. I like to level the 2. The 3 is dope because as you level it, it gives you a faster cooldown decrease on the 1 and 2. But you usually are saving that 3 for safety and not being dove. And to make sure that's something you form a habit around, I don't level the 3 for that reason. I level the 1, the ultimate, the 2, the ultimate, the 2, the 3, the ultimate. The 3 late game when you're sieging and stuff is where you start to see yourself dash in place for that CDR. When you have a full build, when you have 40% CDR, and that ability is already on a 10-second cooldown or whatever it is. So it's already on a shorter cooldown just in general. So spamming it is not that big of a loss. There's your top 5 mid lane gods, mages, essentially all mages. The honorable mentions that I wanted to bring up are Baba Yaga. I think Baba Yaga, now that they've made items a lot better, is really good, but you have to be good on the god, so it's going to take a lot of practice. Thoth is seeing a lot more consistency. I think Thoth is a great god as long as you understand you shouldn't be in the middle of the team fight and you know how to use your dash or aggression in the early game. And then there was one other god I wanted to mention, but I can't. Oh, it was Morgan. Zeus is going to get some changes, so I don't want to say too much about him, but Morgan. I think Morgan's pressure is something to note and makes her one of the top like 8 mid lane mages for you to prioritize. Morgan is great at creating pressure because of your early clear and your ability to rotate because of your speed boosts from your invisibility. There's your top 5 mages. Remember, make sure you subscribe to all 3 of my channels. This channel, the regular gaming channel, which is anything that isn't Smite but is video games, so gaming channel excluding Smite, and then my vlog channel. The names of those, if you don't want to, just click on them below in the description. It's literally youtube.com/weekendgaming and then youtube.com/kurtstray, just my name, because I don't know what the fuck to name it. So please make sure you subscribe to those channels. I appreciate it, guys. Hit the like button if you like these. Make sure you comment. Let me know if you have any questions, any concerns, any input, any gods you were wondering about that you see do well in your games and you're wondering why maybe it's not in this top 5 list, and I'll do my best to get back to you guys and give you guys some answers. I will see you guys in the video later today and tomorrow.